It's a time during this off season where it's about contracts for certain players. It's always a big thing. And we can have this discussion a little bit more later on, but it's OTA, organized team activity. For people who don't know, organized team activity. This is a fancy word for practice. That's all it is.
What are we talking about?
It's a fancy word for practice.
OTA.
Yeah.
Not the game? Not the game.
But it's now come a time in the National Football League that if you don't show up to an OTA, you're making a statement. You're saying something without saying something. Now, a lot of players who are not currently at their team's OTA more than likely have a contract dispute or a contract issue, whether it's a quarterback and Dak Prescott, who's actually at OTA, or it's Cam Hayward, a defensive tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who said, I'm going to stay away because of my contract. CeeDee Lamb of the Cowboys, contracts. Justin Jefferson, contract. T. Higgins on the franchise tag, not getting an extension with the Cincinnati Bengals. He's not there because of contract. So that's what the offseason has now presented us in the National Football League, that you don't have to talk. You just don't show up. And what's the other thing that you do? You unfollow the social media accounts of every team. Now, we have not seen that. It has not gone that far with some players. But we do know that that's always something in the toolbox, the tool belt for a lot of players. But right now, it's almost like your three favorite sons. And when I say three favorite sons, it's Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, almost has to choose who's his favorite son currently in this version of the Cowboys. Is it Dak Prescott? Is it CeeDee Lamb? Or a guy who I said if you don't get it done now, it's going to be 10 times more next year, and Micah Parsons when it comes to the contract. So when you have these three guys who are, I guess, the new age triplets, even though one plays on defense, this is the core of the Dallas Cowboys, a team that won 12 games last year, that was upset at home by a much younger Green Bay Packers team. But I do know that you need these three guys in order to win football games. So does that put Dak Prescott on the back burner? How does he feel? He just saw Jared Goff, who was drafted number 1 overall in his same draft class in 2016. I look at the accomplishments of Jared Goff, and I'm like, hey, man, Dak, you got to catch up to that. But yet some people saw Dak Prescott ahead of Jared Goff for, I would say, a nice period of time, even though that Jared Goff has had postseason success. But Dak Prescott is your quarterback in Dallas. So why kind of keep the feet slow or slow-footed in terms of getting the contract done? But Dak Prescott is there. He is in Dallas. He's not really worried about the contract, and he spoke for the first time in a long time. Here's a little Dak Prescott on the whole contract situation.
Never cared for it, to be honest with you. Would give it up just to play this game. So so I allow that to the business people to say what it's worth, what they're supposed to give a quarterback of my play, a person of my play, leader of my play, I guess you can say. And for me, it's about, as I said, control. I can control and handle that part, and the rest will take care of itself.
Do you believe him? Because the first part is that he's basically saying, money. I don't play for money. Yeah. Like, come on, man. Like, I know we don't play for money, but we all know money, power, respect, right? The money gives you the power and the respect, especially in the National Football League.
Shout out to the Locks.
Yeah, got to. Money, power, respect, what you need in life. That's what Dak Prescott is looking for. For Dak, the money.
Well, then why isn't, if he doesn't play for money, then why doesn't he just take a 5-year, $100 million deal so Jerry can pay CD and Micah the max? What are we doing?
Because his agent won't let that happen.
So fire your agent and handle the deal with Jerry yourself. If you want to be about it,
if
you want to speak about it, then be about it. That's what you have to do. It's very simple. Those are the 3 things that can happen. Hey, agent, sorry, you're fired. Oh, what's up? Jerry, I want to play for this, and I want to take care of these 2 guys, and now let's go win a championship.
See, it's easy for a New Englander to say that when you had Tom Brady for so many years.
Taking hometown discount.
Taking hometown discount.
Hey, and guess what happened?
But you saw the success with those hometown discounts.
You take hometown discount, you got a chance to win rings, people.
Yeah.
But we're forgetting the one key part of that. You see, when you have a spouse that's making more money than you, it makes it easier for you to take
Ex-spouse. Ain't no mo.
Yeah.
Well, at the time, though, they weren't ex, and at the time, she was bringing in more cash than him.
You know what Dak is right now?
What is
rich. He's already rich.
Correct.
He's the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. He's in so many commercials. He just come off a $160 million contract. He got his.
Yeah. But yet,
are you serious about winning, TJ? We talk about it all the time. Are you serious about winning?
We've talked about this, though, because, see, there's so many other factors that go into it. If he takes that type of contract, it resets the market. And if you reset the market, other quarterbacks going to say, why did you do that?
Because he wants to win.
Why do you do that? Oh, because he wants to win. But why can't, as the salary cap go up, why can't I still get mines as well as pay everybody else? I just saw the Detroit Lions. I just saw the Detroit Lions open up the checkbook, right? For Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell, and Jared Goff. 3 pillars of the Detroit Lions got paid. I watched Howie Roseman in the Philadelphia Eagles just give Devontae Smith, give A.J. Brown, and last couple years ago, Jalen Hurts a contract. They got paid.
Yep.
So why can't the Cowboys do it? Like, where's the money going?
By the way, look at those 2 teams. Been to a Super Bowl.
Correct.
Been to the NFC Championship game. Dallas can't get out of the second round.
Why can't they get paid? I just don't understand it. And what is it? Yesterday's price?
It's not today's price.
It's not today's price. I look at CeeDee Lamb. I'm looking at Micah Parsons. This is what's going on. Like, if you don't do it today, that thing is going to skyrocket. Mm-hmm. Micah Parsons is going to be the highest paid defensive player of the year. Highest paid defensive player in the National Football League. We know that. And you have to do that. I remember a long time ago when the Rams first got to Los Angeles, and this was kind of when Aaron Donald was going through finishing up his rookie deal. And I remember asking some, Rams brass, obviously Aaron Donald has outplayed his contract. He's been the Pro Bowl every year. He's been an All-Pro, Defensive Player of the Year. So how do you pay that? How does the contract start? He says, well, we just give him a blank check and just fill it out because that's the kind of player it is. Like that type of player. I think Micah Parsons is on that same trajectory. And if they don't do it this year, this is what it's going to look like next year, that you're going to have to give him a blank check, which takes up not the whole entire, but a good chunk of money. Mm-hmm. And we'll see, especially with a new defensive coordinator, like Mike Zimmer. So that's what's going on with the Dallas Cowboys. I'm keeping my eye on it for the most part.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.